Hello students, welcome to Maths class 7. In my previous class, I was explaining about integers. Integer lesson is going on and we studied about only addition of integers. What are the rules of integers when we are adding them. Today we are studying about subtraction of integers. See, what is subtraction? Subtraction is the inverse process of addition. Therefore, subtraction can be explained in terms of addition like this here. 9 minus 5 is nothing but 4. But 9 is nothing but 4 plus 5. So, we can express subtraction in terms of addition in this way. The same sum we can study with the help of this number line chart. Here is a number line. On that from 0 to 9 markings are there, and that too on positive sign. From 0 we move 5 steps towards the right to reach 5, means from 0 to 5. Now count the number of units that we need to shift to 9 to reach 9, means 1, 2, 3, then 4 units we have to move and then we'll reach there 9. This is nothing but 5 plus 4 is nothing but 9. But the same thing we can express in terms of subtraction, means we have to go directly to 9 and come back 5 units, we'll get there 4. Or we move to 9 and come back 4 units, we'll get there 5. Next is rules for subtraction of integers. See, integers are specific numbers, Then there are conditions for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Likewise, in subtraction, what are the rules? We'll study. That too without using number line. See, if we consider x and y are any two integers, to subtract y from x, what to be done? Change the sign of y and add it to x. This is the rule. So, x minus y means we are subtracting y from x. X plus minus y means add the, here what is the, change the sign of y. Here y is positive, minus is subtraction, but y is positive, and change its sign, it becomes minus y. Then add it to x. Here is an example. 4 minus 3 is equal to 4 plus of minus 3 will get there 1. Minus 5 minus plus 4. So I have to change the sign of plus 4 here. I changed and added. So both are negative. I get the answer minus 9. 2 minus of minus 3 means 2 plus, here I am changing the sign of this minus 3, so it becomes 3, then answer is 5. In general also, we can explain this like this also a rule. 4 minus 3, here 4 is positive, 3 is negative. Then if both of them are of different sign, we have to subtract the values. Then we have to follow the sign, the bigger value which has. Here it is positive. Here both are negative. One is positive, one is negative. Then minus 5. Here minus of plus becomes minus. Then both are negative. Then we have to add the values and follow the sign minus. So 2 minus of minus 3 becomes plus. Then 2 plus 5 becomes, 2 plus 3 becomes 5. In this way also you can understand how to subtract. Properties of subtraction of integers. Next. See, in all chapters we are learning about the properties like closure property, then commutative property, then associative law and so on. Like that in integers subtraction, we are studying closure law here. If we subtract any two integers and the result is again an integer. Since 7 and 3 are two integers, then subtract 3 from 7, we'll get 4, then 4, then 4 is an integer, and 3 minus 7, then also minus 4 is the result, then minus 4 is also an integer. So in both the cases we are getting answer as integers only. Then since minus 2 and minus 5 are integers, then minus 2 minus of minus 5 is plus 5, then minus 2 plus 5 is 3, 3 is an integer. So with these all examples we conclude that closure law is satisfied for subtraction of integers. Next is, here it is given that not commutative means commutative property or commutative law does not satisfy subtraction of integers. If a and b are any two integers, then a minus b does not equals b minus a. Means we are subtracting them in different ways also, but LHS does not equals RHS. So commutative property does not hold good for subtraction of integers. So for integers minus 3 and minus 5, if we take an example here, minus 3 minus of plus 5, so minus 3 plus 5 minus 8, and 5 minus of minus 3, so 5 plus 3 is 8. Here we get minus 8, here we get 8. So it is not satisfied. So next property is not associative. As I told, for associative property we need three integers. Then if a, b and c are any three integers, then we are grouping first two and then third one is free from the group. A minus b minus c means this simplification, that is LHS, must equal a minus b minus c. So then associative property does not hold good for subtraction of integers. So we will study with an example here. We are taking three integers minus 1, 6 and 7. Then on LHS we write minus 1 minus 6 minus 7 is equal to, the simplification of this is minus 7, then minus 7 together it is minus 14. This is on LHS. On RHS, minus 1 minus of 6 minus 7 minus 1 minus of minus 1, so it becomes 0. Then these two are not equal, hence this property does not hold good for subtraction of integers. Next mathematical operation, that is division of integers. What is division? Division is nothing but a process of repeated subtraction. In other words, it is reverse process of multiplication. For example, 6 minus 8 is minus 48, or minus 48 divided by 6 gives you minus 8. So both are reverse of each other. Then closure property. Again we will learn all the properties of integers in division, in mathematical operation division. Closure property. If a and b are any two integers, then a divided by b is not necessarily an integer. Means sometimes it may change. See here, 14 divided by minus 7. So as a result we get minus 2, and 17 divided by 6 if we consider, we'll get quotient as 2 but remainder remains there 5. So when remainder remains, that is not a complete division. Hence this closure property does not exist for this division of integers. Even this commutative property will also not satisfy. If a and b are any two integers, then a divided by b must not equal, will not equal to b divided by a. See, it does not hold good for division of integers here. See, 4 divided by 2 does not equal 2 divided by 4. What is the simplification of this is 2 and does not equal 1 by 2. So, next one. We'll come to associative property. Even it is not associative. If A, B and C are any three integers, then A divided by B divided by C is not equal to A divided by B divided by C. Let us check it with an example. 1 divided by 6 divided by 7 is nothing but 1 by 42 on simplification. So 1 divided by 6 divided by 7 on simplification, we get 7 by 6. Therefore, these two are not equal, or LHS is not equals RHS. Identity property. When an integer is divided by 1, the quotient does not change, means the number itself will get. In other words, an integer A divided by 1 is nothing but the integer itself, no change in it. 6 divided by 1 gives you 6, very simple. Then division by itself. When we divide the integer by the same integer, what we'll get? We'll get the answer as 1. So here see, 9 divided by 9 is 1. Minus 9 divided by minus 9 is again 1. Fine. Zero property. See, a division of 0 by a non-zero integer is always 0. If A is an integer, then 0 divided by A is always 0, but A divided by 0 is undefined. Division by minus 1. Division by 1, the number itself very easily understood, but if it is minus 1, means the divisor is a negative integer minus 1, what happens? When an integer is divided by minus 1, the quotient is opposite or inverse of the integer itself. Means the quotient will get the number itself, but the sign will be with negative. Here 9 divided by minus 1. 9 itself, but with minus. Okay children, today I want to conclude my lesson here, and homework for you is just to go through the video and then learn all the properties and give your own examples and then verify your answers and try to solve the exercise. Okay, take care, bye bye.